This video is intended for listening only. Close your eyes, relax, and let the story unfold. On her very first night as a hotel receptionist in Bangkok, she expected nothing more than answering phones and checking in guests. But just hours into her shift, she met a smiling child on the 16th floor, a boy who should not exist. This story was told by Miss Bo, a front desk employee who worked at a semi-service apartment in Bangkok over a decade ago. It was about 11 years ago. The property was a tall complex with two wings, one a serviced apartment, the other condominiums. At that time, management was converting some units into daily rentals. The building was lively during the day, but at night, its corridors became unsettlingly quiet. Bo had just signed a one-year contract, with staff housing included. She could never have imagined the horror waiting for her on the 16th floor. The reception desk sat in a marble-floored lobby, lit by fluorescent lights that flickered with a faint buzz. The elevators groaned whenever they moved, their mirrored walls reflecting not only guests, but faint streaks of shadow. From the lobby, she could see the fire escape windows. They always looked wrong at night, as though someone might be standing just beyond the glass. On her first afternoon, Bo accompanied a housekeeper to inspect a unit, where an Indian tenant was preparing to move out. Behind the tenant stood a young Indian boy, smiling warmly. He peeked shyly, then stepped forward as if to greet her. But when the father turned and asked, "Who are you talking to?" the boy was gone. The silence that followed was heavier than words. The tenant's pale expression and the stiffness in the housekeeper's posture told her something was wrong. Days later, the phone calls started. Every night, precisely at 9 p.m., the front desk phone rang. Caller ID, room 1604. But the room was vacant. When she answered, a boy's voice whispered, "Who are you?" Sometimes he asked for Bo by name. She thought it was a prank, until security opened the room. The lights flickered, but the bed remained untouched. The air inside was icy cold. As the guard turned to leave, the bathroom door clicked shut behind him, though no one was inside. From then on, staff refused to enter alone. Soon after, a senior housekeeper told her the truth. Weeks before she had started, a young Indian boy had fallen through the glass of that very room, crashing into the swimming pool below. The impact shattered the tiles. He died instantly. The staff believed his spirit never left. Guests who stayed in those rooms never lasted long. One family checked in, but within hours they were gone. Their young son claimed a boy had floated outside the window, legs dangling in the air, tapping on the glass. Another family's daughter dreamed for 3 nights straight. Each time, the same boy appeared, his voice soft. "Help me, please." On the 4th night, her father dreamed of him too, this time drenched in blood, tugging at his legs, begging for release. The family fled at dawn, refusing even a refund. As Bo's contract neared its end, the hauntings grew stronger. One night, around 2 a.m., the front desk phone rang again. Caller ID, that cursed room. When she answered, the boy's voice came. "Who are you?" She panicked, calling housekeeping. They reminded her the phone line in that room had been unplugged for months. Yet still, the phone at her desk rang, again and again. Finally, she removed the receiver, but even then, in her uneasy half-sleep, she swore she heard the faint sound of a child breathing on the line. Her colleague, the night security guard, shook her awake near dawn. His face was pale. He pointed to the lobby glass. There, he said, he saw a boy, bloodied, legless, slamming his fists against the window, crying, "Help me, please." The pounding echoed for hours until sunrise. When they checked later, the glass was unbroken, but faint handprints smeared the surface. Miss Bo left the job soon after, but the hauntings never stopped. Staff who came after her whispered that the phone still rings from that empty line, always at night, always with the same words. "Who are you? Help me, please." And to this day, no one has ever been able to answer. If you enjoyed this true Thai horror story, subscribe to Tale After Dark for more chilling tales every week.